This weekend, the Trackmania Grand League World Cup will take place. 16 of the best players in the world will firstly battle it out for 8 spots in the playoffs, and then those 8 players will battle it out for the title world champion. One of the players who has made it is Mudda from Australia. He will attend his first World Championship in the game. Mudda, congratulations on making it into the World Cup and welcome back to this channel. How are you, man?
Well, quite tired at the moment. It is quite late. Did stay up all night to prepare for the World Cup, since I'll have to be awake at this time the next couple of days. But I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling uh pretty chill overall.
Hmm. Yeah, for people that don't know, what time will you actually play it, local time for yourself?
So the first match will start at 3 a.m. and the last match will finish at 7 a.m.
Is that going to be any difficulties
Yeah.
for you,
I
or?
I've been doing that for a long time since in my full suite days. I was always playing like 3 a.m., 5 a.m., 4 a.m., every single week.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just for matches and scrims and stuff like that. So it's just normal for me
Hmm.
at this point.
Can you tell people, it's been for the Trackmania Grand League community, the last time we saw you was a nice seeing you finish the top 4 in the playoffs of the last season. But how much have you prepared for this World Cup leading up to this event?
Well, if you're talking about the amount of hours I've put in, I've definitely put in significantly less hours than what I did in the TMGL season. But I feel like the hours I put in were much more productive. And I feel like I got a lot more value out of it than the TMGL season. So I feel a lot more confident going into the World Cup.
Hmm. Yeah, looking back at
Yeah.
the last season of Trackmania Grand League, you finished, like I said, top 4 there. Battled it out with Scrappy, Cup, no, Carl Jr. and Pack for that remaining 2 slots in the head-to-head. How was it to do so well in your first season of Trackmania Grand League?
Um, if anything, it was a huge confidence booster. Like it was like the final thing I needed to do to establish myself as one of the top 16 best players in the world.
Mm.
Like being able to perform under that much pressure, really was like a big confidence boost for me.
Yeah, so then leading into this World Cup is once again going to be the best 16 players in the world. How confident are you that you can, I don't know if you want to say reclaim that top 4 spots, but how confident are you going into this event now that you look back and see that you are able to battle it out for the top spots?
I don't see any reason why I can't make the playoffs and then can't make the grand final. I think the work I've done with Phoebe, with the mental coaching over the last year, has really helped develop my mental strength and my training routines properly to get the most value out of them.
Hmm.
So yeah, I feel very confident because of that.
Hmm. Yeah, can you quickly, for people that don't know, can you quickly say what Phoebe has done for you? Any sort of key points that sticks out for us to understand why she is so important for you?
She mainly pays attention to my training habits, my life habits, my habits on stream, my behavior, trying to build a good training regime around my personality, basically my energy, my limits. This will be different for everyone. Like everyone will have their own optimal training regime.
Mm.
And yeah, we've been working really hard to optimize mine, and I feel like we're really getting to the sweet spot.
Mm.
Yeah.
Now going into this event, it's gonna be cup mode, not the same as it was for the last season of Trackmania Grand League. How familiar are you with the cup mode? Can you let the people know how much have you played cup mode in your competitive career?
I played pretty much only cup mode and rounds for several years in full speed, so I'm quite familiar with how it works. It's a mixture of being fast and consistent. You could say it's even like the six lappers, except you get more rounds instead of just one.
Hmm.
It's that balance of risk and consistency.
Hmm. So you would say it's a format that suits you well and a format that you know pretty much inside and out.
Yes, but I think because everyone is more familiar, it makes it more competitive, and that adds pressure. But I think I don't have to worry about that because I feel like I handle pressure very well
Hmm.
in Trackmania.
Like I mentioned in the intro, it's going to be your first World Championship for you. You are the only guy to represent Australia in this, so how does it feel to finally be able to play a World Championship, finally be able to battle it out for the most prestigious title Trackmania has to offer, that being a World Champion?
Well, saying that I finally get a chance makes it sound like, like it took a really long time, but the truth is it happened so fast.
Yeah.
Like I only really branched out into multi-style and started, seeing where I was amongst the world's best, only a year ago. Like only not even a year ago, I decided to play Open Grand League, and now I'm here competing for the World Championship.
Hmm.
It really has been a crazy year.
Hmm. Is there any strong contenders that just sticks out for you? Of course, I've now done. I think this is my 14th or 15th interview. People, of course, bring up the likes of Carl Jr. and Pack. So I'm gonna ask you: is there any other names that sticks out for you as a potential winner or a grand finalist?
Well, Kappa is definitely one to watch out for. He seems very, very motivated compared to anything he's done in the past year. At least from what I've seen in the records and
Hmm.
um, what people have been telling me. But also like Scrappy, like you can't deny Scrappy at this point. He is such an amazing wild card.
Hmm.
He can really turn the tables. I feel like if he just has a good day.
Hmm. With cup mode, then you can end up on being a finalist on a map that maybe suits you or not suits you, and that can essentially decide the whole match for you. For people that are gonna follow you, is there any favorite maps for you that you feel more confident about others, or is it pretty much the same on all of these maps?
Honestly, I would say Arctic Split and Half-Pipe because they're the most difficult maps and the hardest to perform under pressure. I would say if I was going to be finalist, it would be on either Half-Pipe or Arctic Split.
Hmm. That's a dream
No
scenario
close
for you.
rounds there.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Uh,
Hmm.
the final question for me is gonna be a easy question, maybe a hard question, maybe a boring question. Who is gonna be the world champion of Trackmania in 2021?
That is a very good question indeed. Like it is anyone to take, but I don't know how motivated all the players are, so it's a really tough question to answer. But maybe you're talking to him right now.
Oh, there we have it, the first
Hmm.
Australian world champion potentially. So I can only wish you the best of luck, Mara, and thanks for stepping up and doing this interview. You have pretty much been the easiest guy to get on an interview. I fell asleep once it was scheduled. Now you texted you, you said let's do it, and here we are. So I can only wish you the best of luck tomorrow. If karma is to serve you, you're gonna get well in this tournament, at least from my side of you. So thanks a lot, Mara.
Oh, thanks for having me. It was a pleasure.